Okay, cool. Well, I'm ready. If y'all are both ready, you get to the start screen. Count you guys down. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Oh, there we go. My bad, my bad. Scuffed it. Ah, it's still too loud, bro. There you go. Sorry about that. It's just 1-1 anyway. Y'all aren't missing anything. Clean 1-1 from both competitors. This is the match to watch this week. These two players have both, I believe, made it to 8-3 in their own time. I don't think either player has made it to 8-4. If one of these two, in some miraculous way, gets 8-4, that will probably lock them into a win. Outside of that, I think a big part of it will be whoever can beat 8-2 first. Because I think both of these competitors struggle with getting past that point. So a large part of this round might just be speed based on who can get to that level first. Pretty clean stuff, swing off to an early lead, getting through 4-1 as fast as possible. David taking a little risky there, but once again, I don't think either of these two will struggle all that much prior to World 8. Pretty standard, I'd say, for this competition. Swing onto 4-2. Like I said, a big part of this round, though, could just be whoever gets the 8-2 first. I think getting to 8-2 first is a big component of who might win. And Swang, like, once again known for his fast ability to get that warp. We saw it many times in his week 1 match where he could not remember that A start was legal. I do believe, if I remember correctly. On the right side, David a little bit slower with this warp. I mean, don't want to miss it though, it's a big part of it. Okay, it looks like he's going to be getting it. And swing on to 8-1. A little different than our last matches we had seen in the tournament, in which we had competitors with PBs, with the capability being the game. Not to say these two players can't, but it would be a first for either of them. Ooh, Swing trying to sneak under that Koopa. Gonna be evening up the time quite a bit. Both start of 8-1 now. As you see, difference in style here. David playing it slow and steady, known for his slow and steady aperture in other games. Neck and neck. I mean, finishing 8-1, getting the 8-2, you want to be the first ones to these later levels because, you know, you're never sure if your opponent can actually beat them too. Ooh, Swing falls into the pit. This might be David's opportunity. Grabs the star. Oh, almost jumping in. Oh, saved himself, but then jumped straight back in. I believe this is our only match for the night. We have a few straggling. Oh, Swing, that is on a Goomba. But I think this is our only match for the night. We do have some straggling week 1 matchups, and I think a handful of week 2. I like to clean them up. In reality, they can be played whenever, but ideally they'd be played earlier rather than later, so we can have an idea of how these standings are looking. But you know, talking about records, Swang 1-0 in his week 1 match. Not really much of a matchup. Faris really hadn't had the practice that he was looking for. I imagine in the weeks come after the end of the semester, we might see Faris being a little more prepared. And both players dying again. On the other hand, Dongo or David had a pretty rough matchup in Judge, looking to be a top 2 favorite for the event. Week 1 wasn't necessarily nice to David. Didn't maybe have the performance he was looking to have, but overall, pretty solid. But you know, this is early in the tournament week, so you do want to start off strong. A 2-0 start for Swing would be very solid for his potential to make playoffs at the end of the whole thing. But, you know, a loss here and there isn't really what matters. You want, in the long run, to have the depth, the strength in the long run. Ooh, just missing that jump. You see both these players struggling on 8-1. A little different than what we saw, like I said, the other day with the likes of Alec and Jodge, who both zoomed through these levels and really only struggled on the later ones, 8-3, 8-4. I'd say currently these two players are really fighting for those back-end spots in playoffs. I think if you want to be a top contender, you're going to have to at least be finishing the game, you know, very soon here. Because the players that can already finish the game, you know, have the innate advantage that they can start going for riskier strategies. They can start learning the fast strats. Whereas everyone else, you know, having to... Oh, doesn't get the ace start? That's strange. Okay, well that's huge, and then Swing on to 8-2. We do allow the use of A start in this tournament. All our competitors should... Okay, Swing went for a very risky early start to 8-2. Don't know if he's been grinding out this level or what. I mean, from the looks of things, it looks like he has, going quite a bit fast. Oh my goodness, going quite a bit faster than I think I've seen anyone else go, but causes him a life there. Yeah, Swing definitely onto something with this. Oh, as I speak, you know, commentators curse. That's alright, let's hope to see. And he remembers the ace start. Don't know if David just missed it on accident or what happened there, but that's alright. I imagine Swing will be sticking to, or stuck on 8-2 for quite some time. He says that's a level that gives him quite a bit of trouble. Why did Dongo reset? Game overed on 1-2. That's something I did not expect to see. Will Swing get his second clear of 8-1? And looking like a top competitor there with that very fast 8-1 clear. Curious to see how these 8-2 strats pay off for him. Going in, you know, with the extra 1-up. Yeah, has his early strat down kind of. Seems to be going for more aggressive strategies. Like to see it, you know, I mean, the patient pay is what's been paying off for the current leaders in the bracket, but these fast strats are going to pay off in the long run. Once you get them down, you're going to have an innate advantage over the rest of the competition. Going in this pipe to reset the Koopas, as I've been told. Or maybe Goombas? I'm not really sure. I don't fully grasp why you go down there. Oh my goodness. Is Swing going to get an 8-2 clear? It was telling me he was scared for 8-2, but making it look easy. Honestly, one of the cleanest 8-2s I've seen in this entire bracket such far. On the other hand, David struggling to get through 1-2. Not entirely sure what's going on over there. Not a position I thought he'd struggle in. Might be tilted from the earlier mess up, not A starting. On the left, though, we got Swing going for some fast strats on 8-3. Clearing the first two sets of Hammer Bros over 1, over 2, only final sets left, over... Oh, and just barely jumps early, tries the hold up, says no smile. Oh my goodness, Swing almost clearing 8-3 on his first attempt. Impressive for someone who was worried about it. Maybe Swing's been practicing more over this Thanksgiving break than I gave him credit for. Tripped up by that hammer bro on the top, you know, top level, but early on to 8-3, curious to see if Swing's really been grinding these 8-2 and 8-3. Just last week, he wasn't even able to get over here. Okay, a little tripped up now. Oh, doesn't go for the power-up strategy. Okay, Swing is on the starch belief of no power-ups, it seems. seemed for a second like he might, you know, retreat or fall back to a more casual strat playthrough as we've seen from the other top competitors, but opts to kill it and then just keep running. Doesn't even grab the power up. Doesn't even kill the second one. I mean, I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see that these guys, okay, you know, cost him a life, but, you know, swing off to an early lead with this early 8-3. Swang might have had the fastest 8-3 clear outside of the possible one we had from Andy earlier in the week, but... Okay, David back onto World 8. I hope he remembers A starting is allowed. I really don't understand how someone in the competition at this point wouldn't. I can't imagine you could still mess it up on accident. Just, you know, muscle memory forgetting or something, but not something you want to be doing on, you know, match day. And just under 20 minutes left. 8-3, end of 8-3 is as far as we've seen. David going to need it to get to 8-4 if he wants to win this week right now. I love this fast start to 8-2. I haven't really been seeing it. I mean, Swing's making pretty confident jumps. I mean, I can only imagine he's had to grind this. I believe the other matchups we have for this week are Jen and somebody. Oh, does not sneak under that coop at the very end of 8-2. Unfortunate. I'm trying to think of what other matches we have. I think we have a Forest versus Pavel match that's meant to happen this week. Have not seen Pavel compete quite yet. Was told previously. Okay, both players almost in identical positions right now. But like I was saying, was told that Pavel was pretty comparable to Swang during the first week. But it seems to be that Swing has really grinded out these later levels. Okay, and glad to see it. David does remember A start is a thing. Must have just messed it up. A little unfortunate. Took him quite a bit of time to get back. Okay, gets underneath the Koopa and on to 8-3. Okay, let's see if Swing has, you know, the faster 8-3s. Oh, another match that is meant to happen this week that likely won't is Isaac versus Cridians. Still not sure if we have a substitute player for that, you know, for the dropped out player. Ooh, and dies on the Piranha Plant. Swing underneath it, okay. Okay, tripped up a little bit, but oof. Seems like to me he's just going for, you know, oh, and dies at the very end of 8-1. I know David did say that he was worried about clearing 8-2, so it's a shame that we haven't got to see him there yet. So he's going to wait for this guy to jump up, and then he's just going to run past him. Backwards jump. Oh, got the early jump up. Swing going for a pretty aggressive strat on 8-3. Don't know if he's just looking for the RNG to help him out a little bit, or if he, you know, has a theory on what to do there. This is the star. I'm thinking though, for those of you that are watching, I'm thinking of expanding playoffs from 4 players to maybe 6 with the drop of Cridians, because I think like luck of schedule matters way more when there's like a DQ, in my opinion. So I might expand it, but I'm not gonna that's not gonna be like published. That's gonna be a last minute decision. I'm not gonna play favorites or anything. It's just like, if there's a lot of close records, I'm not gonna cut people off from playoffs just because they had an unlucky schedule or lucky schedule. Now, if we have a very clear top 4, I'm not gonna add 2 people just to lose in playoffs, so. But you know, if 3 through 6 are all very close, I don't think it's fair to look at who got the lucky D. Oh. Panicking on this last section for David. Didn't really comment on the fact that I think he did just make it to 8-2 it seemed. Maybe? I'm not really sure. I'm confused. Did I miss something there? Swaying on to 8-2 himself with 4 lives. Grabbing that one up pretty great. I love this fast strat. Props to Swing for... I mean, he's been dying quite a bit more than some of our safer competitors, but Swing is sticking, you know, true to the strategy. No power-ups, fast as possible. And, you know, I think Swing can afford it. I mean, he did win his first week against Faris. Currently leading against David. I mean, going 2-0 with learning these faster strats might pay off. And, you know, okay, David kind of on a roll. Re-clearing 8-1. Glad to see it back to 8-2. Got some fireworks, doesn't really matter. Oh, Swing dying to those Goombas. Okay, this start looking to be troublesome for David. Did say 8-2 was... Okay, both players dying in very similar positions. Oh. Swing, I think Swing killed himself on purpose. I think he wanted the lives back. On the other hand, we got... David on 8-2, not nearly as clean as what we've just seen previously from Swing. Is clearing. Okay, opts to skip the pipe though. I think those are the Koopas that are reset. Okay, waiting. Coming near the end here. This last part is troublesome for some players. Okay. Just has to make these hops. Really wants to clear 8-2, and he clears 8-2. Was something he said he was worried about. It was, I think, practicing for a couple hours before this matchup, actually. 2 lives to clear 8-3. This is big deal, though. Okay, we're seeing quite the polar opposite to Swing strategy here. Playing it ultra safe. I imagine we're gonna... I mean, these Hammer Bros are gonna be tricky, but if he can get through them, I imagine he's gonna go for the power up. Guess the first one. Does he remember he can drop all the way down? Doesn't drop all the way down. Okay, kills them both. Oh! Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't think he was going for the power up there. And Swing back through 8-1, but not going for the power up. Not sure if he knows it's there. I can only imagine if he knew it was there, he'd go for it. No reason not to when you're playing it this safe. Don't know how familiar David is with 8-3 outside of maybe watching a few of the other competitors. Okay, does he remember that he can fall all the way down? Okay, doesn't matter. Does he remember there's a power up there? Oh, he does. Oh! Oh my goodness, playing it really safe but no power up. Okay, I think if David don't want to be playing it this safe, he should memorize the layout a little better next time. And you know, speak of the devil, not watching the left side at all. Swing onto 8-3 himself, with I believe quite a bit more lives possibly. Oh, remembers where that power up is. Curious thing. Doesn't get the Koopa shell going forward to kill this Hammer Bro. Okay, a little slow. Oh, okay, he's gonna take the damage. Got through the first one though. Oh, played it a little too safe, I think. Okay, on the other hand, Swing going fast. This 8-3 wasn't commenting on it. Onto the last set of Hammer, and the first pair, or the first and the second pair jumps. But Swing has 2 more lives to go for these fast strats. David almost making it through. If he had that fire flower, if he knew where it was, he might have been able to do it. I like these interesting strats from Swing. Goes pretty fast, but willing to play it a little safer depending where they're located. Okay, got unlucky with where they were the first. Oh, First one jumps. Okay, I don't know if Swing's necessarily ready for, to react to those jumps or not. I am told they are reactable, although it is pretty difficult. And looking at speedrun strats for you doesn't really help because there is a set pattern if you're on the correct frame rules. So, unfortunately, these competitors aren't going to be that fast. 10 minutes left on the clock. Still doable for either player. Swing currently in the lead with an earlier 8-3. But we did see David making it that far. Swing gonna have to forego the 1-up. And David seems to have gotten a hang of 8-1 finally. Cost him quite a bit of time earlier on, but now starting to get through it a little more consistently. But both players making it a pretty similar distance and levels. But, the rule is whoever made it there first, so. Ooh, went for a very short hop over it, just barely missing it. Can't tell if both of these players are just more comfortable at the start of 8-2 than some of our other competition, or if they're just going a little so AWOL because they're not used to it, It seems though both players have a pretty consistent strategy for the start. Specifically the staircase. Okay, Swing opting for the pipe. Very consistent strategy from Swing here to get through 8-2 once again. Will we see Swing's clear of 8-3? Has a pretty decent strategy, kind of depends though on his RNG of these Hammer Bros. Okay, gets the easy pattern for the first one, straight under. Gonna have to slow down a little bit, tripped up. Hope that doesn't mess up. Oh, the hammer just clips him. Almost making it over it. He wants to make it to those final sets of Hammer Bros. At that point, it's just kind of a coin flip for him, I think. He can react, but... Okay, gets a... Oh, got it. Good pattern for those first set of Hammer Bros, but just misses the jump barely. Okay, gets another good pattern. Oh, gets over this time, but doesn't get the chance to jump again. Runs straight off. Those Koopas, I think there is some merit going into the pipe to reset those Koopas, it seems. Been a bit of a troublesome thing. Threading that gap to die to those Goombas early on. Oh, just not long enough on the jump. Both players on an 8-1, swing quite a bit further forward. And Swing finishes the level. Just changing the audio there. Dies at the first part of 8-2 twice in a row. 6 minutes left on the clock. Swing restarting onto 8-1. David onto 8-2 once again. Needs to get through 8-3, get to onto the castle if he wants to win this. Both players making it to the end of 8-3 and dying to those last set of Hammer Bros. But Swing did manage to get to 8-3 very early on. David might be, kicking himself for not starting that first game over through, having to replay through all those levels, costing him, I see, close to like 6-7 minutes probably to get back to where he was. But still not out of the question. I think David might have, if he game overs here, he'll have about maybe one more chance. Maybe another set of 3 lives or so. I think Swing just died twice on 8-1. Kind of surprised to see him still playing it through if he did. Only 1 life for the rest of the game. I guess he is getting these 1-ups though. Both these players, though, seem to be, for the most part, pretty staunchly against getting power-ups. Especially Swing, completely opting against them on 8-3 in particular. David, I think, when given the opportunity to, has been grabbing them, so. But not going out of his way to do so. Which, always glad to see, the different kinds of play in the tournament. I will say, next week's matchups, we have a banger of a match. We have, I'd say, our 2 favorites for the competition right now, going head-to-head next week. So, with that being Alec and George. Unfortunate early matchup in the week head-to-head. 2 of our undefeated players, but one of them will have to fall. May be the front runner for the rest of the tournament for that first seed come the final bracket. Whoever wins that next week. That's something to look forward to. But more importantly right now, Swing looking to go 2-0 in his own right. Sorry to hear that, Alex. That's unfortunate, dude. Sorry, I don't have the pop up on this this scene, so we don't get to see it. Swing almost going for the bullet. Oh my goodness gracious. Swing going for some pretty fast strats. I am curious to see how he grows over these weeks, because I've been very impressed with his playthrough 8-2 and 8-3 so far. I mean, he hasn't cleared 8-3, but the speed at he's playing it is quite a bit different. Let us see if we can see one of those fast 8-3s that we saw earlier. Okay, plays it a little safer, but opts, like I said, to go against the power-ups. Clears the first one. Got through the 2. Okay, final set. What? Oh, he's making it through! On to 8-4. That is probably going to be a wrap for David, unfortunately. But can we see the 3rd player of this competition get a clear on the castle? Only 2 minutes, but has 4 lives. Swing popping off. I don't know if he actually knows the castle or not. I remember him saying he hadn't really been clearing 8-3 all that consistently. I do not believe he knows castle layout. I don't believe he knows the castle layout. I think getting the 8-4 might be the clearance for today. There is, Bruce did send the rule, first pipe after the lava each time. Swing doesn't know the layout. That's unfortunate. Do not believe we'll be seeing our 3rd clear. Okay. Wow, just full jumping over it. Okay, gets through the first pipe, but I don't, like I said, only a minute left on the clock. Okay, does he remember the, okay, maybe he's remembering. Okay, he's remembering. Through the second one, did I speak too soon? He still can clear it even if he dies. Oh my goodness. Okay, onto the water section. He is Small Mario. This is doable. I don't know if Swing's actually beaten this before. Will we be seeing his first, actual clear? Running straight under makes Small Mario pretty simple. Into the last room. Does he know the strategy? Oh my goodness. Just the Bowser. Oh, and he dies right before the axe. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for yelling, but it was so close. He knew the strat. He was right there. Just missed the jump. Oh my goodness. Oh my. That is the highlight of the week. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, please clip that. He knew the strategy. He had everything. Swing, tilted out of his mind, he seems. The wind going to swing, but oh my goodness. I do have to let these two final eyes play through. Technically, swing can get a clear here, but it won't be within the 30 minutes, and that's unfortunate. Swing still seems to kind of be tripped up on the layout. Surprised to see how far he did get. That's a tilt too, though. We've seen some deaths on that last screen, but none quite like clearing over Bowser and dying behind him. Still doable to get a clear on stream. Oh my goodness, okay, a little bit of... Oh, and that's gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, that is time. Your 30 minutes is up. Congratulations for Swing for taking the round and being approximately 5 pixels away from taking a clear.